Paul, difficult afternoon here with a 5-0 defeat. Obviously not something we've been used to in recent times. What's the sort of assessment after that?
I think it's the heaviest defeat of mine since I've been here. I can't remember another game like that. Obviously, disappointing is an understatement. Gutted, furious, I guess, but the players over the last couple of years, 18 months, have been outstanding, haven't they? And every time we've had adversity, they've responded really, really well. You look at the Scarborough game where we defended from set pieces, we look since then, we've been very good. There's lessons that we've learned so far and we've upskilled in certain areas, and then today, look, I thought the game was pretty even for 39 minutes. I think they're a good team, they're strong, physical, but they also move the ball well when given the opportunities, and the front two link together really, really well. Two wide players are a threat and feed the front two well, and to be 39 minutes 0-0 and then to go in at half time 3-0 is something you cannot do at this level, and that's now happened to us a few times. You know, if you look at the Scarborough game, we were 1-0 up, conceded 3, Marine conceded goals quite quickly, something we've talked about, and actually, you know, Jamie makes an error for the first goal, but Jamie's been outstanding all season for us. One error by Jamie Cogman does not mean we should lose the game 5-0, and that's the thing there. We've got to be far more resilient in that time. If you look at the Macclesfield game, for example, where we went 1-0 down, we then saw out a spell and then got on top. You know, it could have been a different game if we'd have performed better in that spell where we went 1-0 down.
And is there a frustrating thing that we gifted them the 3 goals before half time and we didn't really make Radcliffe work hard for them in that sense?
I think they did work hard for them. I think they were working hard off the ball to nick the ball at the right times and break on us for quality, and I think you have to give them credit for that. And then, look, we lost a lot more duels than we usually do. You take the ones for the second goal where Matty and Noah both have an opportunity to clear the ball. The third one, Callum, it's a tackle that Callum normally wins, and how good's Callum been for the last 18 months? So one performance, I think we can try and say, look, it all happened at once here. It's not very often that Jamie, Matty, Callum, and you could go through the team where everyone's had an off day all at the same time. It's very rare that's happened over the last couple of years for those individuals to even have an off day, let alone for everybody to have one at the same time. So I'm trying to stay level, trying to say, look, these boys are good players, and the beauty of this league is there's many, many more opportunities to play a lot better and represent ourselves and the club a lot better than we did today.
And just a sort of injury update from that set, obviously Lee Lucas and Kieran Evans out of today's squad. Good to see obviously Jack Evans back involved as well. Have you got an update in regards to those two?
Yeah, Kieran's still waiting for a scan. I think it's probably going to be another week before we can get him in. We hope again, like, even if that scan's clear, he's still at least a couple of weeks away with a sprained ankle or ankle ligament strain. I think we're erring on the side that scan will come back okay, and he'll probably be 2-3 weeks for Kieran. Lee, we're hoping it's not long term, something to do with the nerve, and he's been kicked in the 12-point game, hyperextended his knee, and that's caused him to be out today. And I think we missed him, if I'm honest. I think we really missed Lee's control and decision making and ability to play forward. I think even when we had good control of the game at times in the first half, we didn't have a threat, and that leads to the opportunity to be picked off. So where we were keeping the ball without really threatening, eventually you lose the ball, and then that causes you an issue. So I think we missed Lee today, if I'm honest. And yeah, we hopefully they're not long term, and hopefully they're both back within a couple of weeks.
And next week now, obviously not league action, but FA Cup, and a tough tie at home here against Hampton and Richmond Borough, who started really well in the National League South. What's the sort of look ahead of the FA Cup tie?
Painful few days. Disappointed. Wish we had a game Tuesday. Wish it was one of those weeks where we had a game Tuesday and we could put it right, because, you know, I know for one, myself and the staff and a lot of the players will be hurting from that. So we'll be working hard this week, Tuesday, Thursday, to try and turn it around and go out there and put a performance on next Saturday against Hampton.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Paul.
Cheers.